guys.
They
All
seem to
right.
be a thorn in your side.
All right, well, you did good, you did good.
I made it.
You out of breath, you didn't catch your breath?
No, I think
Gather
we
your
just did
thoughts,
what we had to
collect
do. I
yourself.
think we're okay. I'm here.
So, I gave you a little,
Thank you.
I love it, it's, you know, Bruce has a copy, so.
Packet.
And there's paper in there if you wanna make any notes or
Appreciate it.
whatever, but Bruce is gonna be taking
Wonderful.
notes for his minutes, so.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the bottom part, it's, it worked out just fine.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
We had to get out a cover letter.
yeah, yeah, that's what Frank was saying,
Yeah.
just Frank was saying.
Adrian, yeah.
How are you?
Busy morning, Tracy.
Okay, folks, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hopefully everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. You know, we look forward to the next holidays. Today is December 6th. It's now 11:02 a.m. And this is the annual budget meeting of the Board of Directors of the Middle River Club. We're in the clubhouse and the meeting is called to order. Notice of the meeting was posted on all the appropriate bulletin boards of the buildings and electronically to the residents in the community. 60 days in advance. There are booklets in the back if you are interested in following along or whatever, or you can share. We have a roll call here now. Frank is joining us. Frank is present via Zoom. Craig, treasurer,
Bruce, secretary.
and Robert.
One of the gangs.
is the director. You're on the board, baby. You're a director. No guest. No guest work. Okay, all right. Next on the checklist here is the, I'd like to make a motion to accept the board minutes from October 6th.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Aye.
Next, I would like to make a motion to accept the closed board meeting minutes from November 6th and November 19th. Aye?
Aye.
Okay. All right, so first thing on the agenda is the financial status of the Middle River Club, and me being the treasurer will brief everybody on that. At our last meeting, October 6th, the topic came up about the audit of the monies at River Shores that they've been working on since May. And there was a curiosity about a line item that was labeled Middle River Club Reserves. So it kind of confused everybody, but was kind of figured out and determined that this line item was like a savings. It was called reserves, but it was actually a savings or money put aside for Middle River Club special assessments when and if they were to arise related to the 5 topics or categories: driveway, air conditioning, seawall, dock, and painting, okay? So in other words, and I just kind of, figured this out, and a lot of people don't pay attention per se, or it might be confusing, but apparently, over the last 10 years, we should have in reserves for Middle River Club about $201,896. For example, I went back to last year's meeting in December 1st, 2023, and it was estimated that if we were to be funding the reserves at Middle River Club, they should have been $26,149. based on some of the calculations from prior years, the estimated 2024 funding requirement based on what things are estimated to cost versus the lifespan of what they are. For example, there was a slight error because the driveway was replaced, but it was in the $81,000 estimated funding for '24. So that was already paid, so it actually should have been $29,000. So somewhere between $26,000 and $29,000 if the reserves weren't waived last year, which they were, or this year I should say, for 2024. They should have been between $26,000 and $29,000 for those 5 categories. But they were waived. And in the minutes from December 1st last year, I'll read it, line 5 here in the minutes, is waiver of reserves held by Middle River Club. Motion was made by Mrs. Cook to waive the reserves in the Middle River Club account, and it was decided it was up to the individual 3 associations to hold reserves accordingly. So it's up to each building based on the calculations that have been presented over the years. I'm just referencing last year's budget meeting, but over the last 10 years, these calculations are embedded in this meeting, okay? So it's complicated for those who aren't good with numbers or, not savvy with some of the stuff, and I'm just on the learning curve, but I'm starting to get it. So in theory, the $127,195 that River Shores had in this budgeted line item saved for Middle River Club reserves represents 63% of $201,896. So River Bend should have been saving